bike path.
These farms are not abstract. They're not theoretical. These farms are happening in Nevada, in our forests, in our communities, in our lives. But here's the truth. They don't want you to remember.
Faggoty shit.
The Constitution is not there to bend because it belongs to all of us. The ACLU exists for one reason: to check government power while advancing people power. Let's talk about what that actually looks like. On free speech, we've seen a dangerous pattern. Protesters labeled as threats, dissent treated as disloyalty, government officials trying to chill speech they don't like, while not recognizing that it is our right to protest. It's our right to criticize executive power grabs. It is our right to call out a Congress that sits by when our neighbors are being kidnapped off our streets.
Look at all this faggoty shit.
When government officials attempt to suppress or silence dissenting voices, we step in. Not because it's popular, not because it's right, but because it's our right. Protests are not the problem. They are the solution to the problem. And that's why we continue to represent protesters statewide in Las Vegas, in Reno, and in Carson City. It's why we seek to pursue public records to understand what the government's doing. It's why we stand by our heroic high school students while people who don't have anything to do besides criticize them, continue to chastise them. We stand with those students because their moral courage is a testament to what America can look like. On immigration, the stakes are even more human, even more immediate, even more painful. This administration has turned ICE into a national militarized police force that only answers to one man. We see the consequences in our streets. Families separated with children taken into ICE custody. Dead American citizens in our streets. People detained without due process. But hear me now and hear me clearly. We will not stop fighting for our immigrant communities because our immigrant communities and due process are not negotiable. We have fought back against unlawful detentions, against violations of due process, and against policies that treat human life as disposable.
Yeah, these guys are all fucking so normal.
Between ICE and local law enforcement, we have pursued legal action against agencies like the Nevada DMV when they cooperate and communicate with ICE and then lie about it and pretend as if they're going to get away with it. As if the ACLU doesn't exist. Well, guess what? We're here. We serve as class action counsel in a major immigration bond case that hasn't always gotten the most media attention. But we're expecting a positive ruling on it this week. What does that mean? It means hundreds of Nevadans now, and thousands long term, that have found themselves in ICE detention without access to a bond hearing that they're entitled to under law will receive it. And in fact, just a few months ago, when a federal judge ordered 2 of our named clients to have a bond hearing and DHS to conduct that bond hearing, and DHS delayed, those 2 individuals were released back to their families without bond hearing and without bond because that judge stepped in and saw what was right. We need that type of courage all across this country. As we approach election season, when voting rights are under attack, we're going to expand our efforts to safeguard this election. We'll continue to challenge those who seek to suppress our right to vote. But we can't do it alone. I stand here with you today to ask commit to help protecting our elections. We do that as an observer. But more importantly, when everybody's worst nightmare seems to manifest, this administration does everything it can.
These guys here are the only ones I give a shit about in this whole place.
This example of what cocaine